Esse jogo tá muito sinistro. Quero. Não sei se eu tenho pique pra zerar, mas quero. Edward Pierce, veterano na Primeira Guerra Mundial. Afoga os traumas com álcool e remédios para dormir. Agora ele é detetive particular e não consegue encontrar um caso... Eita! Ah, tá. Li certo. Um caso interessante para sair do marasmo. Hã? Marasmo? Não conhecia. Pierce precisa de um caso novo quanto antes, senão vai perder a licença. Entrando na insanidade. A loucura seria uma misericórdia. Que os deuses se apiedem do que o homem... Do homem que, na sua insensibilidade... porra, muito legal. Que isso? Que isso? Começo do jogo, meia entranhas e... Que porra é essa? Um tubarão morto. Ok. Nossa senhora, disse que eu... Tá. Salvou. Caraca, o jogo já começa pesado. Pesado não. Jogo salvo. Use para movimentar-se. Tá muito alta a sensibilidade, Maria. Controles. Teclado. Sensibilidade da câmera. Diminui. Aí. Nossa, mesmo assim ainda ficou alto. Mano, a ambientação do jogo tá foda. Nossa, o que esse cara faz com o tubarão, velho? Tem tipo, sei lá, um monte de cabeça de tubarão. Tubarão pendurado, estripado. Certo, Ctrl H. Tem como correr? Como é que interage? Aparentemente o E interage. É alternar, é alternar. Você precisa acender alguns... acender alguns itens específicos para interagir com eles. Isso aqui eu posso pegar. Caraca, não dá pra interagir com as coisas que você não vê. Interessante. Ai, meu coração, porra. Nossa, vai seguir. Do destino não há como fugir.
What a putrid offering.
Que oferenda pútrida. Cara, que tem uma baleia morta aqui. Shift 4. O personagem não pula. Fuck.
Fight. You have been chosen.
Não lute, você foi escolhido. Ah não.
Behold. Everything has already been written.
Esse cara não tem rosto.
But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
I hate whiskey.
O cara tava bêbado, dormindo.
I wonder why I still take these things.
Sleeping pills.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Olha que interessante, ele tem habilidades: visão, psicologia, investigação, oculismo, medicina, força e eloquência. Sanidade, trauma mental, pesadelos. Edward Pierce é veterano da Primeira Guerra Mundial e fez parte da ofensiva Milce Argonne. Ele é um dos poucos sobreviventes do Batalhão Perdido, unidade norte-americana que sofreu muitas baixas devido ao ataque inimigo e aliados. Hã? Porra. Oh. Como é que eu adquiro pontos? Não tenho pontos disponíveis. Tá. Inventário. Só esquerda no inventário.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
Normal não contratou, não gostou da maneira que eu encerrei o caso. As falhas da lei não podem fazer muita coisa contra um tipo particular. Que tem provas concretas.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Eu acho que eu não devia ter desligado o rádio.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend.
Faz um
The
silêncio.
husband couldn't understand it. I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again. Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl. She is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Ok, let me see. Tá. Examine a pintura, examine o arquivo de Hawkins.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Algumas partes estão ilegíveis, não dá para entender. Uma parte do endereço. Galpão 36, Darkwater. Relatório policial. Diz que o incêndio começou na sala de jantar e tirou a vida de toda a família. A polícia concluiu que foi um acidente doméstico. Opa, gases. Eita. No entanto, insiste na estabilidade psicológica de Sarah Hawkins. Por quê? Um recorde de jornal antigo sobre o casamento de Sarah Hawkins e Charles Hawkins, um empresário da ilha de Darkwater. Certo. Let's analisar
What's
o
this
básico.
symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Darkwater.
Oh, porra.
It's a small Darkwater.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Ok.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You will be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll note out the Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage. I used to be an avid reader.
A Arte da Medicina, volume 1.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Tem conhecimentos no inventário.
Almost there.
O chamado do Cleitom.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
and his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
Nice young woman. And a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Objetivo. Fale com Fitzroy.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust. This blackboard hasn't been used in a long while. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Medicina, volume 2. Vela verde. Por que vela verde é tão comum?
What a macabre souvenir. This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Esse homem parece o Capitão Fitzroy. Daí a foto tá escrita. Foto do Fitzroy.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman cat.
I brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the Stranded Whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous catch of 1847.
So where did the Hawkins family get its money?
Well, from what Charles inherited, I presume. Although, these dates on the manifests could indicate that he had contracts of another kind.
With whom, I wonder? I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
I don't have time to play guessing games. I'm investigating the death of a whole family.
You're right. It belonged to Charles Hawkins.
I see. That explains those loading manifests. Too bad I can't get much out of them. I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
I don't have time for all this bravado.
Don't be so high and mighty, sir. We don't like mainland snobs.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dockwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Torture?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
What can you tell me about her?
We all... and
Oh, porra.
I've got what I need.
anything else?
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pit.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
Drinking anything else?
what do you know about
Sei
the
aqui.
Hawkins warehouse?
Tomar
um banho. Tomar um banho, sei lá, depois assistir uma série. Tô com a cabeça muito pesada, por isso que pensar em jogo hoje.
Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
What? Another break?
One of those damn sailors.
Can't you see that we're in the middle of a conversation? I told you to beat it.
Nossa.
I told you to beat it.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
It's a local legend?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report.
What report?
The one that's framed right behind you. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I heard the Hawkins family owned a warehouse on the docks.
An old family of ship owners.
Tell me something I don't already know.
They were made much richer by the miraculous catch.
You shouldn't talk about the dead like that.
We're not speaking ill, we're just saying that Daniel Hawkins made a fortune without taking any risk.
There! You're speaking ill, you see.
It's your proof that the miraculous catch really did happen.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Do it again, you know? Oh. Girl doctor. Cold. She won't stop asking.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Sempre ser tudo igual. Falei com o Bradley. Eu não lembro onde ele tava. Deixa eu ver. Observer Biggs descobriu sobre o Hawks nos arquivos. O galpão. Deve ser numa das baleias.
Please move back. Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster? The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't Don't put that beast back.
You didn't tell me that the warehouse I was looking for was right in front of us.
Because its owner is dead. And I don't want to see you hanging around it. Now please, leave us to our work.
You can't.
You didn't tell me that the
and I don't. Now please.
You can't. Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. They're cops. They can't understand.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I respect your beliefs.
Our beliefs? You mean you don't believe in God?
That's irrelevant.
That's what you think.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them.
There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to Dark Water?
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Interessante. Quanto mais NPC eu interagir, melhor.
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone. You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
What happened to the statue of St. Brendan? Dreadful.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors?
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's gonna be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry...
We saw you talking to the... Go die.
I bid you gentlemen farewell. If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. Looks like Phoenician, or a very primitive runic script. I've never seen anything like it. Damnation. I broke it. It's no use. The padlock won't give. It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you
What could have done so much damage?
You can't
What could have done so much...
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
I shall take my leave.
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told him, that flunky, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
I hope so. I hope they don't forget the lesson. Me? I'm not scared of some girl.
I mean they're going to cut you open, you idiot. Calm down.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
Apparently the bootleggers don't want anyone hanging around the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island, but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type.
You're crazy. They're cops. They can't understand.
Que jogo é esse?
Ah, oi. É Call of Cthulhu.
Ah.
Interessante pra caramba pra quem gosta de HP Lovecraft.
Cara, e tá até que bem feito as paradas aí.
Sim.
Tipo, os gráficos estão bonzinhos.
Não é um jogo muito recente, mas tipo, tá muito interessante.
Uhum. Você parou de jogar Red por enquanto?
É que eu tô, sei lá, peguei uma pira pro jogo de terror de volta. Eu tava com saudade. Daí eu fui arranjar algum pra jogar.
Entendi. Cara, eu troquei de mouse hoje. Tô com o G603. Ele tem aquela tecnologia da Logitech. O gráfico não é tudo isso mesmo.
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst.
O Bluetooth dele é ruim, mas pelo USB é bom.
What are you guarding exactly?
Listen, bonehead, we already told you that we're guarding our boss's turf.
I bid you gentlemen farewell. If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Ele falou sobre uma passagem, mas não tô achando ela, porra.
Não tem mapa nem nada?
Não, é um jogo bem, tipo, simples nessa questão. Tipo, não tem muitas mecânicas, mas a história dele é muito boa. O que vale a pena desse jogo é mais a história. Opa, tá aberto aqui, cacete. Outras escondidas. Habilidade de encontrar. Opa! Have something aqui. Cadê? Ah!
Cara, como é que tu viu isso, cara? Se fosse eu, teria passado reto.
A handle.
É, porque eu upei a skill de encontrar itens. Ele tem habilidades, tá ligado? Psicologia, visão, eloquência, investigação, força, medicina e tal. Basicamente a história do games é você é um veterano da guerra que meio que virou um detetive particular. Só que tipo, ele só virou detetive porque ele queria alguma coisa, alguma ação pra vida dele, tá ligado? Ele ficou meio que doido depois da guerra. Aí ele achou esse caso que envolve, sei lá, uma família de pessoas ricas e tal que acabou morrendo.
If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
Aí ele vem pra essa ilha investigar esse caso da família, porque a dona era uma pintora que eles disseram que ficou louca. E antes de morrer, antes da casa pegar fogo, ela pintou um quadro muito bizarro e mandou pro pai dela. Cadê? Onde fica minhas paradas? Habilidades. Eu tenho 2 pontinhos, opa. Cadê? Não. Eu tinha investido 2 pontinhos. Não investi, deixa quieto.
This tunnel goes under the warehouses.
Ainda tá parecendo que tem algum ícone, alguma coisa escondida aqui ainda.
I could use this old...
Tá, como é que funciona isso? Como é que eu uso?
Não é contra o botão do mouse?
Então, não sei.
Sei lá.
Falta algum botão, alguma coisa pra interagir ainda. Tem um íconezinho no canto da tela dizendo que tem algo escondido. Só que eu não upei a habilidade suficiente pra ele, tipo, dizer onde tá essa coisa. Só diz que tem.
Cara, esse tipo de jogo parece o jogo que tu curte mesmo, cara. Tipo, pelo que tu descreveu e pelo como tu tá jogando, é um jogo, tipo, que você tá curtindo pra caramba.
Assim, I found it.
A ratchet device. Exactly what I need.
Tem mais ainda? Aparentemente o jogo não é um jogo de jumpscare e nem um jogo que você tem que correr. Você basicamente pode se defender. Então eu curto mais esse tipo de jogo de terror.
É igual Amnésia, por exemplo, cara. Amnésia, tipo, você vê o bicho, você tem que correr, não tem o que você fazer.
Então.
Você até pode jogar um negócio pra atrasar o monstro, mas é atrasar, não é se livrar dele, né?
Mas a Amnésia foi legal pra caramba, eu curti jogar Amnésia. A história de Amnésia foi boa. Joguei os dois, né? O primeiro, o Dark Descent e o Machine for Pigs.
Cara, o PewDiePie, não sei se tá ligado, o PewDiePie, obviamente, acho que tá, né? Se não tiver... Ele ficou famoso o canal dele por causa da Amnésia, cara. Ele jogava bem de uma forma engraçada, tá ligado? Tipo, quem visse os vídeos dele não se assustava com os vídeos, cara, mas sim dava risada.
Should be possible to mount this cogwheel.
O canal dele ficou muito famoso por causa do Amnesia e do Happy Wheels. Happy Wheels não preciso nem falar, né? Aquele jogo lá é mó engraçado. Era engraçado, né? Na época.
É.
Que tem coisas que é de época, né? De ser legal ou não
Looks like
ser.
everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle.
Mas... sei lá... a parada de Amnesia...
Damn.
é bem o estilo do jogo.
Broke it.
Que você, tipo... começa a jogar igual um retardado.
Uhum.
Eu só zerei uma vez, porque eu já sabia de tudo do jogo, então não tem graça, tipo... fazer de novo.
Ah, eu... dependendo do jogo eu jogo, cara. Igual Paper Mario, quando eu era criança, velho. Paper Mario do 64, tá ligado?
Uhum.
Quando eu terminei aquele jogo, mano, eu chorei, se não me engano, velho. Pensei, mano, e agora, tá ligado? Eu queria voltar pra cidade, queria arrumar coisa pra fazer, mano. Daí não tinha, fiz o quê? Iniciei um save novo. Red Dead, mano, eu zerei o jogo. Tipo, não 100%, tem muita sidequest que eu não fiz. Muitas coisas que eu acabei deixando, né? Tipo, de propósito mesmo. Acabou as missões, cara, da história. ESC, modo história, new game, tá ligado? Tipo, eu gosto da interação dos personagens, não importa quantas vezes eu veja, cara, eu acho muito genial. Então quando eu acabo o jogo, eu acabo jogando de novo.
What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf?
Your turf? That's news to me.
For a guy who has no idea, you've been doing a fair bit of poking around. My men saw you staking out the Hawkins warehouse.
Is that against the law?
I'm no idiot, Detective. I'll tell you how things work around here. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Is your name Kat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Opa! Eu não upei força. Nice.
Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
Acho que se você fosse atacar ela, ia revidar.
I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm gonna have to deal with her.
Bom, eu não upei força, então não consigo fazer lockpick nem enfrentar ela. Fuck.
Nossa, que da hora, cara. Tipo, você upa as paradas pra ter facilidade em umas coisas, mas você deixa dificuldade em outras, né?
Sim, eu no caso upei ocultismo e medicina. E lábia, mas não o suficiente.
É, a lábia ali, você viu que ela tinha uma faca, de repente se não tivesse, ele ia te matar, né? Sei lá, ia dar game over no total.
É. Eu upei meio que observação, então tipo ele entende melhor as coisas que estão acontecendo em volta dele. Foi, então. Eu gastei um ponto sem querer.
Ah!
Nossa.
Ah, tem como trocar?
É que eu não apliquei, então eu acho que sim.
Ah, tá. Cara, você vai comprar o Minecraft Dungeons?
Ah, eu tô na dúvida, o pessoal não parece estar tão engajado assim. Eu também não achei tão interessante.
Então, eu, tipo, pensei que seria interessante, né? Aí eu fui jogar com a minha irmã no Xbox, a gente tem Ultimate Game Pass, né? Pensei, tá de graça, entre aspas, né? Bora, não custa? Mano, que jogo bom, cara.
Hey.
Bom, sei lá, para jogar com alguém, né?
New friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight, but at least you've got guts.
Yeah, aching guts.
Huh. I've got them too. But you don't hear me whining like a pooch who's lost its leash. You didn't back down. Something that I respect. So understand by that.
No Ultimate Game Pass da Microsoft, sim.
Carry a more permanent reminder of our encounter. Tell me, what brings you to Darkwater?
Darkwater, lembrei de Blackwater.
Sim, eu pensei a mesma coisa quando eu ouvi a primeira vez. Fiquei, caralho! Xbox Console Companion.
Plot twist, o navio que o Dutch roubou no Blackwater era dela.
É, por isso que deu merda. Só falta.
Só falta.
Jogando agora. Não, home. Meus jogos. Não, conquistas, capturas, clubes. Microsoft Store. Xbox Game Pass. Minecraft Dungeons. Oh, Red Dead Redemption também tá de graça com o Game Pass.
Sim, no Xbox, sim.
Pera, não dá pra jogar no...
No PC, não.
Que bosta.
É, infelizmente. Assim, o Minecraft Dungeons é que tem jogos que tem compatibilidade em um e no outro, tá ligado? Tem outros que não. Só que é mais raro você achar jogo multiplataforma do que... Todos têm no Xbox. A diferença é que alguns só que tem pra PC. Isso que eu quero dizer e buguei tudo.
I'm investigating the deaths of the Hawkins family.
It's very nice of you to tell me the truth so openly, but it's also really stupid of you. You really don't seem to know the area. Let me give you a little advice. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole,
mas você não tem a Game Pass ou tem?
People you meet.
Não, mas tipo, sei lá, eu tenho um descontinho.
Entendi. Depois, se tu quiser, até dou uma streamada, cara. Eu curti pra caramba, velho. Não é nem, tipo, tá exagerando. Não, mano, eu curti, tipo, de gostar mesmo do jogo.
I'm not here to give you information. Mitchell will tell you what he wants to tell you.
Só que eu prefiro jogar com controle.
Is that more dangerous than having a drink with you?
I'm not kidding. The old families, they were here long before us, and they'll be here long after we are gone.
The old families?
The descendants of the first whalers. These people truly worship their ancestors.
Isso tá ficando interessante.
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
Think it over. I've seen what you're capable of. And you didn't miss me.
I accept the compliment. Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you, to make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to me.
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me, and I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed. Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
É claro.
Do I have a choice?
Oh, we always have one, Detective. Follow me.
Nobody questions your authority here. I was given to believe that Fitzroy stood up to you.
That dope tried to save face in front of his sailors. They revere their brave captain as they do their old statues. But sooner or later, all statues get buried in bird shit, and nobody cares.
And the police? They do nothing to stop you?
The local cops? The cops drink like everyone else, sweetheart. They know where their interests lie. Apart from that pig-headed Bradley, I don't know whether to admire his stubbornness or to have pity on him.
Cops, they can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an old man.
Oh yeah? He's gonna get us in trouble.
Ai, ai. Vai NPC.
It's fine. He's with me.
Oh, okay.
Nossa, vontade de dar um tapa na cara desses dois agora, seus trouxas. Vai, querida. Olha, ela fez lockpick.
That's how it's done. Do I still need to hold your hand?
E ainda ficou se gabando, né?
Buy on your own now.
Don't overdo it.
Good. In that case, I'll leave you. I've done enough mothering for now.
Oh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
É interessante.
Cara, pra você ter uma ideia, eu tô jogando Minecraft Dungeons enquanto eu assisto sua jogatina, hein? De boa.
Olha, tem esquema de reconstituição, interessante.
Oi?
Eu posso reconstruir um cenário e ver o que aconteceu. Interessante.
Por causa do teu negócio melhorado lá?
Provavelmente é uma mecânica do games, mas por eu ter melhorado eu consigo ver mais pistas. Ó, eu tenho medicina. Vamos ver.
These painkillers were prescribed 3 months ago. Someone has been taking them since the time of the Hawkins death. It smells as bad as it looks.
Opa, achei.
Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
Calmaria, talvez tenha mais coisas. Eu tenho... Ah, sabia.
What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here? Can't sleep. I know how that feels.
Nossa, sério que eu vou ter que ficar com esse isqueirinho de bosta até o...
Someone has settled in here. And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! You again. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Wound up? You mean messed up?
Dog. We don't take no lessons from the likes of you. We do our job carefully and fairly. No stone was left unturned.
Really? Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose.
Eu devia ter chamado pra trabalhar junto com ele, mas... eu consegui uma pista boa. Valeu a pena.
This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Oh, ela vai meter porrada no policial.
Mansion.
Ah, não tem medo, cara.
Se não me engano, esse policial tem uma cicatriz no rosto. Significa que ele enfrentou ela antes.
Pode ser, né?
Não, um dos NPCs disse que teve um cara que enfrentou ela e acabou com uma cicatriz na boca.
Come on.
Ah.
Ela abriu um sorriso na cara dele, tipo, só que só de um lado, tá ligado?
Uhum. Mano, essa mulher é brava, hein?
Gostei dela.
É tipo isso. Ai, desinstalar. Tô fazendo um teste, cara. Porque assim, o Minecraft Dungeons, infelizmente, não tem cross-save.
Ih,
Ou seja, todo o meu progresso no Xbox fica no Xbox. Tipo, aí eu instalei aqui no meu computador do meu notebook, né? Joguei uma partidinha, tipo, coisa rápida, só pra ganhar um nível, né? Tô desinstalando o jogo, vou instalar o jogo de novo. E eu buguei o Windows agora.
Boa. Ai, caralho, preciso tirar o lixo hoje, verdade. Hoje é dia de lixo queimável.
Como assim?
Tem dia certo pra você tirar um tipo de lixo.
Ah.
Tem dia pra plástico, tem dia pra queimável, tem dia pra papelão, tem dia pra lata.
Nossa, cara. Cada vez mais eu me impressiono com a organização do Japão, cara.
Sim, lixo eletrônico você tem que ligar pra pedir pra descartar. Móveis e coisas grandes assim, você também tem que deixar um aviso que é descarte pra pessoa levar, porque senão você deixa na lixeira ela fica lá. Ninguém vai pegar enquanto você não disser que é lixo, tá ligado?
Uhum. Então basicamente você tem que imprimir um negocinho, deixar junto com o sofá lá e falar, ó, é lixo.
Exato.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion.
Hawkins Mansion.
Bom, eu vou dar uma saída aqui, cara. Depois talvez eu volte. Só vou fazer o teste aqui enquanto estou em ligação contigo, né? Aproveitar que já baixou. Cara, eu baixei esse mesmo jogo no meu computador de mesa. Tipo, tem o meu notebook e o computador de mesa. Cara, a Microsoft tem uma tecnologia de download local. Tipo, se ali no computador de mesa o jogo tá atualizado, quando for baixar em algum outro computador, algum outro dispositivo aqui em casa, ele é baixado um desses dispositivos que já está instalado. Ah, baixando a 500 MB por segundo. Tipo, simples assim, né?
Your partner Andrews warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family.
Charles? Coincidência, né?
In a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything
Dark Water.
Or do you want to go up there?
Tem bastante coisa que é interessante.
Daqui a pouco parece um Mike aí. Aí você é esse que eu vou matar.
Se não me engano tem
Ah, não, velho.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the
Posso estar
mansion.
confundindo.
Yes.
Eu ouvi o nome
If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
Ah, meu personagem foi coisado.
If you don't want to listen to my advice,
Sério, mano, é?
Right?
Eu joguei, fiz as paradas lá, consegui um nível, desinstalei o jogo e meu personagem sumiu.
3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around, it would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined.
1693, cacete? Cemitério aqui.
Poor kid.
1913 a 1924. 1883, 1924.
Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged...
Beleza, agora eu vou sair. Agora eu já sei o que acontece.
Steal a burnt painting. I don't see Silas doing
the flowers.
Só sei que eu nunca vou desinstalar isso do Xbox, cara. Sei lá se o save é automático, né?
The caretaker takes great care of these graves. Someone is using the fireplace. I suppose that this is where old Winchester lives. This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! Whoa! You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! Mr. Winchester, lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident. But Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked. And I make sure it stays that way.
The sooner I carry out my investigation, the sooner I wrap up the case and return to Boston. After which, you'll never hear of me again.
I like the sound of that, but I have a better idea. You leave right now, and you never come back.
Silas! Pierce! In God's name, what are you doing?
Officer Bradley, this hood was trying to break into the mansion.
Do something, Bradley, or this story will have a nasty ending.
I vouch for him, Silas. He's working with us. We have reason to believe that someone entered the mansion and stole some paintings.
Impossible. I would have seen it.
Better safe than sorry. Now let us in. I promise to keep an eye on this one.
Okay then. I'll leave the key with you. You could have told me that earlier, Sonny.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you. Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
Bom, tirar o lixo e higienizar.